How many cat ears can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. I better talk very quiet. Welcome back. We're having a fascinating conversation this week because you and your highly inquisitive, brilliant minds gathered together. We're drawing spectacular wisdom and intelligence from the universe. I better get to the point, huh? Anyway, I'm going to tackle the largest of all philosophical questions in human history and solve it in the next 5 minutes. You ready? The fall of man. Now, maybe you've studied the fall of man in your theology class, but almost all spiritual traditions, religions have stories to tell about this thing called the fall of man. This thing that must have happened a very, 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 very long time ago, where infinite spiritual beings were in a veritable Garden of Eden, so to speak, and then something happened and we fell from grace. We fell from our lofty heavenly experience into something less than that. And here's where we find ourselves. But today I'd like to look at it from an interesting angle. Also, the fall of man. Yesterday I talked about being a pilot. And when you're a pilot, you do not want to experience the fall of man, do you? Because, well, you just don't want to run into the earth. But the problem with the fall of man, it's not something that happened a very, very, very long time ago. The fall of man, or a fall of a woman, the fall of a man or the fall of a woman happens every single day, right here, right now. And we're going to use our trusty friend, the buoy. How do you spell buoy? B something something Y, buoy. And our friendly buoy is a good example of our soul, of our spirit. It floats so perfectly. But what happens? Well, let's take a look. This is a sample day in the life of a human being on this earth. None of this is meant for you specifically, although some of these attributes you might be able to relate to it. We wake up and then we flip on the news, that news program with all the chyrons going along the bottom of the screen, with all the various catastrophes going on in the world, and what's going on in about politics and everybody who thinks differently, those horrible people who have those ideas which are so appalling that it makes you wonder if we're the same species. So we start with a little bit of that, and then we instantly begin to think about our day ahead and our concerns and our worries, and we have an ache and a pain, and then we look in the mirror and it's like, oh my God, who's that person in the mirror? And then we begin to think of a pressing problem or a worry or a concern that's going on in our life, like how's my 401k doing? Or wonder if I have enough money to last the rest of my life? Or I wonder if I've accomplished what I should have accomplished in my life. I wonder if I'm measuring up to all the other primates on the planet. And then our concern shifts to ourselves, to like, oh, my kids. Wonder how my kids are doing. Or how about a different angle? Oh, my parents. What am I going to do about my parents? And to some degree, that vice is being squeezed at us from one of those two angles. And then, well, it's my health, and I've got this nagging concern, or I wonder if that ache in my side, it is probably cancer, right? And you can see that the buoy of our soul, I'm not saying that that's any of us specifically, but if you can relate at all, you can see how the buoy of our soul, always floating up at the highest level of being, would become handicapped. One of the primary definitions of the word handicap is putting weight on something so that it drops. The first use of handicap was used in horse racing way back when the faster horses had to wear more weight and they would get weighted down. And so we do that to our own soul. So the fall of man or the fall of a woman is happening every single day, and it's the weight of all these thoughts, concerns. What else could weigh us down? Oh, my past, my narrative. I mean, we're weighted down from the moment we come out of the chute by the family baggage that's laid upon us. We're the so-and-sos, and our problem is this, and our dilemma is that, and everybody for generations has been this or that or this or that. And it's the fall, and down we go. How do we find that orientation that allows us to rise back up? Well, we simply must throw off the baggage, these sandbags of burdens of thought and worry and dread. And the first thing we do is we realize we're doing this to ourselves. There's nothing external to ourselves that's weighting us down other than our own thoughts, opinions, sensations, ideas, memories, worries, etc. And together we remind ourselves we're infinite spiritual beings. And once we throw off the weight, the baggage, the handicap of these enormous yokes that we place upon ourselves that weigh us down, the buoy of our soul always floats back up. That's the internal guidance system that we all have, that we all could relate to. But in fact, most people don't. We live in a world where most people are weighted down by all these heavy thoughts, fears, worries, and anxieties. But all it takes is one person rising up out of the muck, and everybody else sees that. And you can't hide that buoyancy of your soul when you find it, nor should you. And there's nothing more compelling than to find somebody who is genuinely happy, joyous, free, cheerful, optimistic, filled with the confidence of being that we all could have if we would but throw off these handicaps of being. So be a buoy today. Oh, buoy, you might say, if you find yourself weighted down, and we'll rise back up and we'll enjoy the rise of man or a woman rather than suffer the fall. See you tomorrow.